Hello and thanks for joining us on Nationwide. I am Dennis Adegunloye. The tragedy of the air bombing in the Tudumbiri village of Kaduna State has brought immense suffering to the community and drew sympathy and support from across Nigeria and beyond. 2 years on, the community is healing, marked by the recent inauguration of resettlement homes and facilities by Vice President Kashim Shettima. Ilyasu Aliyaku reports that the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, constructed the resettlement homes.
30th January 2026, the Tudumbiri community again played host to the Vice President Kashim Shettima, the Governor of Kaduna State, Senator Ubasani, and the Director General National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Zubaida Umar, among other dignitaries. This time around, they were in the community to celebrate with the people over the inauguration of 133 resettlement homes and other basic facilities.
The federal government remains resolute in its determination that no affected community will be left behind in our shared journey towards recovery and renewal.
We choose empathy over indifference, responsibility over excuses, and action over delay. Recovery in our understanding requires more than emergency relief.
This intervention is firmly anchored in the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, which places people-centered recovery, national security, and inclusive development at the core of governance.
The people of the community could not hide their joy over the fulfillment of the federal government's promise.
Allah tsare su muna godiya. Allah saka da alheri.
Mun gode ma Allah, mun gode mata. Ubangijin Allah ya saka da alheri.
Mun gode ma Allah, mun gode mu ne shugabannin kasan da suka mana tallafi.
The structure, with the specification from village settings, has 2 rooms and a parlor, as well as a toilet and store for easy maintenance. Also installed were solar-powered boreholes, street lights with school and medical facility, and a tarred road constructed by the Kaduna State government. From Tudumbiri in Kaduna State, Ilyasu Aliyaku, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Governor Francis Nwifuru relieved traditional rulers, village heads and all political appointees of a Masiri extraction of their positions following a brutal attack on the Okporojo community in Edda local government area of Ebonyi State, where 5 people were beheaded, several others abducted and properties destroyed. Condemning the attack in strong terms, the governor reaffirmed commitment to ensuring lasting peace in the area across the state. Caleb Ogbonna reports.
Why many in Ebonyi State marked January 29th as just another day in the new year, the people of Akporojo Osu Edda in Edda local government area endured a horrific tragedy as suspected warlords launched a brutal attack on the community, beheading 5 indigents and leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The assault, reportedly linked to a protracted land dispute, saw homes and properties razed.
I am particularly very saddened and very pained with this kind of development. But I want to assure the people of Okporojo Autonomous Community that government of Ebonyi State will definitely show to the perpetrators what made them government. My message to the people of Amasri is to rethink, because violence will never lead them to anywhere. So on this note, the Development Union Executive and all the villages in Amasri community is hereby dissolved. The traditional ruler certificate is hereby withdrawn. All the government appointee from Amasri is hereby sacked. From the management committee down to the commissioner, anyone from Amasri is hereby sacked.
The governor's intervention comes amid rising tensions, with security agencies now stationed to restore order and bring the culprits to justice. In Abakaliki, Kelebobonna, NTA News.
And suspected terrorists in the early hours of this Sunday invaded the Agwara local government area in Niger State. Police Public Relations Officer, Niger State Command, SP Wasiu Abiodun, who confirmed the incidents via a press release, indicated that the terrorists invaded the area at about 3:40 a.m. and attacked the police station in the community before setting it ablaze after overpowering the officers. The terrorists then proceeded to a nearby church, burnt it down and abducted an unspecified number of persons before retreating into the nearby forest reserve. Security agents are, however, monitoring the situation. Let's turn to other news now. The Nigerian Air Force is leveraging the strategic visit of President Bola Tinubu and key members of the Federal Executive Council to proactively strengthen Nigeria's defense posture, deepen international partnerships and accelerate defense modernization in line with the evolving security environment. As the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Aneke, accompanied President Bola Tinubu and the Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, on a high-level official working visit to Ankara, Republic of Turkey. A statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Ehimen Ejodame, indicates that the Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, noted that the engagements reflect the President's clear directive to decisively confront Nigeria's security challenges with a view to equipping the armed forces with the right capabilities, partnerships and technologies required to defeat terrorism, banditry and other threats to national stability. The Chief of the Air Staff's objectives were geared towards strengthening access to advanced aerospace technologies, mission support systems and sustainment of solutions, as expected to further enhance intelligence, surveillance, precision engagement and close air support capabilities critical to joint operations across theatres. The Nigerian Air Force also used the visit to review existing procurement arrangements, focusing on optimizing the procurement programs, enhancing sustainment and maintenance support, expanding training opportunities, advancing research and development, and deepening indigenous capacity building for the armed forces of Nigeria. Nigerian youths are volunteering, forming vigilante groups and neighborhood watch to complement state security efforts. Ebonyi Zitimiola examines these efforts of the youths volunteer groups in Turu Ebonyi community by Bayelsa State.
Youths, no doubt, are volunteering the services in tackling insecurity in the homeland by organizing themselves as vigilante group or neighborhood watch. This is obvious as in most of these communities, like Turu Ebonyi community in Bayelsa State, the results have been improved internal security with reports of reduction in crimes.
We are very, very security conscious that we have the vigilante that is working tirelessly every day, not even being paid, selfless service.
Some years back, Turu Ebonyi community, you cannot see matured plantains because of thieves.
At night we don't sleep. If we hear any bogoro, we go for the bogoro to make sure that we get you arrested and hand over you to the policemen on ground here.
For enduring sustainability, it is imperative that their operations are within the confines of law. Ebonyi Zitimiola, NTA News.
Now, Muslim women of divergent ethnic groups in Abuja have joined their counterparts in the country to celebrate World Hijab Day with the theme Unity in Hijab, which highlights the significance of hijab as a symbol of sisterhood and shared identity. The assemblage of this group of Islamic faithful under the umbrella of the Coalition of Nigerian Muslim Women is beyond marking of World Hijab Day, but an avenue to push for the review of dress code in some institutions. We'll get that report to you subsequently. Now, stakeholders across the northwest states have united under a common mission to take advantage of the opportunities presented by the newly established Northwest Development Commission in order to accelerate development across the zone. Mohammed Umarajingi reports that the stakeholders converged on Kaduna to express their support for the full takeoff of the commission.
Stakeholders from the Northwest Zone converge here with a common goal to discuss ways to advance development in the Northwest states through the opportunities created by the newly established commission set up by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to address developmental needs in the zone.
The variety of opinions that were generated is a reflection of the keen interest of all stakeholders to address the challenges affecting the zone.
Next 2 days, the technical session would continue, analyze all these submissions, come up with a blueprint for the development of the region.
The commission says it will work closely with these stakeholders to address the challenges facing the state in the zone and ensure effective implementation of its mandate. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Umar-Ajingi, NTA News.
First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has called on Nigerians to celebrate the values that unite them across faiths, in particular love, peace, compassion, respect and service to humanity. This was in her message marking the 2026 World Interfaith Harmony Week, running from February 1st to 7th, with the theme celebrating peace, honoring leaders from prayer to action. The First Lady expresses hope that the nation's diverse beliefs inspire dialogue, mutual understanding and collective efforts to build a more peaceful and inclusive Nigeria. In another message marking World Hijab Day with the theme Unity in Hijab, the First Lady is quoted as saying, "I celebrate the beauty of choice, faith and identity of Muslim women." The First Lady describes hijab as a symbol of obedience, dignity, strength and worship for many women, and a reminder that diversity is a source of unity, not division. She prays that as a nation, Nigerians continue to embrace mutual respect, peaceful coexistence and solidarity across all cultures and beliefs. All right, let's now cross over to the Center of Excellence, where Awal will guide us through the next set of reports. Hello, Awal.
Thank you for joining us in Lagos. More than a month after the fire incident that engulfed Martin Street and other parts of Balogun Market, business activities in the area remain low-key due to closure of several adjoining streets for public safety. Joel Popola, who revisited the scene, reports that clearance has reached an advanced stage, but traders are calling on authorities to fast-track the process to allow normal activities resume.
Victims of the fire incident on Martin Street and traders at Balogun Market are still struggling to cope with the far-reaching impact of the prolonged closure of parts of Balogun Market, which is now a shadow of its former self. No thanks to the fire that ravaged the Great Nigeria Insurance House building and 6 other buildings in the area.
Months after the fire incident that ravaged the Great Nigeria Insurance House building and other adjoining areas here on Martin Street, economic activities is still in limbo and clearance operation is still ongoing. It is when this clearance operation is completed that the building will be deconstructed and brought down. But for now, the area is still unsafe.
Traders say they have continued to accumulate losses.
It's not easy because where we normally buy our goods you know, fire burnt everything. So we are finding everything difficult.
If say that people where they trade, if they don't come out a day, we know how they feel for our body. Make the government, make them have patience on us, make them do this thing in time.
Any other market we can go for now, because where they are doing business, people have already low horse there. And what we are managing as online, a lot of our customers are online. So we are just managing to do business with them.
After clearing the debris at the basement of the GNI building, the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service will dampen the basement before further assessment of the building. In Lagos, Joel Ukpola, NTA News.
Experts in the renewable energy ecosystem advocate effective balance in the use of energy mix, in line with national policy to avert energy poverty posed by the need to deepen energy transition drive. Amaka O reports.
The concept of clean energy, experts say, emerged from a global consensus of mitigating the harmful effects of climate change. This, experts agree, has given rise to the expansion of renewable energy portfolios, which, according to the United Nations, accounts for most energy sources in recent times. Africa is said to contribute less than 3% to global carbon emissions, with Nigeria occupying a significant position.
We have already an energy transition policy where the policy is meant to guide our energy usage from the heavily dependent fossil usage to gradually moving to green energy sources like solar, biomass, and all the rest of them.
Experts provide an assessment of a roadmap towards net zero emissions by 2060.
In any economic setting like Nigeria, three factors are intertwined: energy, the economy, and the environment. You can't dissociate them because they affect each other. So the government must put in place an opportunity to integrate these three components within the economic sector.
So there's a target of 5 million tons to have been hit by the year 2029, and we're hoping that with all that the government has been doing in terms of infrastructure support, funding support, that would help us hit that mark. So I would say really that Nigeria is ready, and we've seen a lot of deeper penetration of cooking gas within the markets.
Technological advancement, experts recommend, is needed for adequate carbon capture to curb the effects of extreme weather conditions. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
And those are the reports from Lagos. Nationwide will continue with Jenny in Port Harcourt after the break. Don't go away.
Beating heart of Owerri, business never sleeps. From sunrise to sundown, the wheels keep turning. And behind the scenes, vision meets action. Governor Hope Uzodimma's leadership has turned manifestos into reality, transformations that feels like a miracle. But progress needs peace, and in Imo, it's not left to chance. From land to sky to river deep, guardians are watching, protecting dreams and opportunity. At Orashi's quiet shore, hydropower is rising, set to energize a growing economy. The change is visible. New roads emerge, industry hums, communities come alive. At the center, a digital revolution. 500,000 young minds trained each year to build the future. As Orashi rises, so does Imo and the hopes of a hard-working people. A new Imo is on the rise.
اللهم اجعلنا من عتقاء شهر رمضان.
The glorious month of Ramadan is here once again, and your darling program Sahur Live on NTA is back bigger and better. Our team of erudite scholars are ready to provide insightful analysis into the religion. The Nasiha, Din and Dunya, Women Angle, Living with the Glorious Quran, and the ever-exciting quiz segment are reloaded for your viewing delight. Come and maximize your reward in this blessed month by partnering with us on this year's episode of the program. For sponsorship, advert placement, and inquiries, contact the General Manager, NTA Channel 5 Abuja, Old Parade Crown, Eretengoki Abuja. You can also contact us on the following telephone numbers: 080-3450-5155, 080-3380-6162, 080-3568-8394. Sahur Live on NTA, your indispensable companion in Ramadan. Don't miss Eid.
NTA Television College Rayfield Jos, a media hub with a pedigree of training professionals and non-professionals in the field of broadcasting and beyond, invites aspiring broadcasters, media enthusiasts, and creative minds to register for our short courses for the first quarter of 2026. From the 2nd of February to the 13th of February 2026, the training will commence as follows: English grammar and pronunciation, 2 weeks; basic presentation techniques, 2 weeks; protocol and etiquette in an organization, 2 weeks; basic drama techniques, 2 weeks. These courses are designed to equip participants with practical, market-ready skills, making them competitive in Nigeria's thriving media landscape. For registration details, course schedules, and more information, visit our website at www.ntatvcedu.ng or call these following numbers: 08033834343 or 08069809897. NTA Television College Rayfield Jos, your gate to media excellence. Announcer Management.
Experts deliberate on enhancing the teaching profession in Nigeria following the 2026 Teachers Summit. How can we advance the teaching profession, and what are the fallouts of the Teachers Summit to enhance more quality education in Nigeria? Tune in to NTA Tuesday Live on February 3rd, 2026 to know more. NTA Tuesday Live, every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Incisive and educative. Join us.
Good evening and welcome to Port Harcourt. Accessing cash in Nigeria is no longer limited to bank ATMs, as point-of-sale operators now dominate many neighborhoods. Even as banks improve ATM services under regulatory directives, many customers still prefer POS outlets for convenience, raising concerns over charges and cash handling practices. Joy Uzo reports.
For years, automated teller machines were the primary source of cash for Nigerians outside the banking hall. But complaints of empty machines, network issues, and long queues weakened confidence, pushing customers towards nearby point-of-sale operators. Findings from the field show that while banks are improving ATM performance in line with regulations, customers still choose POS services mainly for proximity and faster access.
The proximity of POS to you is more than ATM. Imagine now you have to walk to a bank premises to make your ATM transaction, but POS is just by every corner of the street.
However, this convenience comes with a price. Users report irregular charges, and some operators now openly display and sell mint naira notes in large quantities, with a bundle of 10,000 naira going for as high as 2,000 to 3,000 naira, effectively turning cash into a commodity.
It's better to access your cash through the ATM machines. They said if they are available, or if the desirable is not available or is unavailable, the available becomes the desirable.
The challenge I have with POS is a lot of them, their prices are not stable. You will need 5,000 somewhere, the person will tell you it's 200 naira. You go, that's maybe within that same area, you go to another POS, they will tell you it's 150. Go to another area, they will tell you it's 100.
A banker who spoke with NTA News says this trend calls for tighter regulation and is urging the apex regulator to check excesses among POS operators.
The CBN have tried the best they can to make sure that there's availability of cash everywhere. So if you have your card, Oga, you have your card, use it. It will pay you any amount you want to collect. So far, you're still on that CBN limit.
As the country moves towards a cash-light economy, experts say reliable ATMs and properly regulated POS services must work together to protect consumers, especially in the informal sector.
In Port Harcourt, I'm Joy Uzo, NTA News.
Border road users have decried the movement of heavy-duty trucks during the day, saying it worsens traffic congestion, it delays, increased fuel costs and loss of productive man hours as trucks compete for limited road space during peak periods. Informa Omesa tells us more.
The economic importance of heavy-duty trucks for goods delivery cannot be overemphasized. However, their daytime movement continues to raise concerns. Some road users argue that the presence of large trucks on main streets during working hours slows traffic, increases travel time, and causes congestion.
I will want them to apply at the night period because it constitutes more hold up at the daytime. Because at normal daytime like this, the road is extra busy.
If tanker explodes now, one or two things now, you affect many souls daytime. Now everywhere is busy. Are you getting me? What are we in the night now? Everywhere is quiet. It can affect one or two.
Smaller vehicle can easily be maneuvered. For instance, now if a smaller vehicle fail brake, the driver can know how to maneuver it. In most cases, so even because I'm a driver, know how you can maneuver it to a place, a safe place. But as for a truck that is very big, it's very difficult to maneuver.
They further state that these heavy trucks occupy significant space, suggesting that restricting their movement to nighttime hours, implementing designated truck lanes, and improving logistics scheduling would address the problem. However, some drivers are of the view that rising insecurity, poor road networks, and inadequate street lighting raise concerns for their safety during night travels. Experts warn that unless nighttime security measures are improved and stricter regulations on daytime truck movement are enforced, congestion would worsen as the city grows. It is expected that the authorities will act quickly to prevent further delays. In Port Harcourt, Ifoma Omesa, NTA News.
And those are the reports from Port Harcourt. Dennis, is back to you in Abuja.
Many thanks, Jenny. Now inducted into the Nigerian Air Force in the early 80s, the Alpha Jets did not merely enter service, it announced a new era of fast jet capability and operational confidence. Conceived as both an advanced trainer and a light attack aircraft, the Alpha Jet rapidly proved it could fight as fiercely as it could train. In this report, defense correspondent Olajide Bello takes a look at the impact of the Alpha Jet's raw power, proven in combat and etched in Nigerian Air Force history.
Defining moments were written in West Africa, where NAF Alpha Jets flew decisive combat missions under ECOMOG, striking hostile targets, disrupting enemy logistics, and delivering relentless close air support in Liberia and Sierra Leone. Years later, the aircraft again projected Nigeria's resolve beyond its borders during stabilization maneuvers in the Gambia in 2017, supporting the enforcement of democratic mandates. At home, the Alpha Jets became synonymous with speed, precision, and authority, shaping generations of pilots, dominating contested airspace, and projecting Nigerian air power with unmistakable presence. This combat legacy was paid for with courage and sacrifice. The Nigerian Air Force honors the gallant Alpha Jet aircrew who flew into danger without hesitation, some of whom paid the supreme price in defense of the nation, etching their names permanently in Nigeria's air power history. Today, under the leadership vision of the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Aneke, that legacy is driving transition, not retirement. Through this deliberate evolution, the Alpha Jet's legacy is not fading. It is being institutionalized as the Nigerian Air Force advances from a proven combat icon to a new generation of air power sharper, smarter and deadlier in defense of the nation. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
In the meantime, one of the oldest and most prestigious marine shows in Nigeria, the Yauri Regatta Cultural Festival, has been cancelled for this year. The annual festival was slated to hold from 4th to 7th February. Citing upgrade and safety reasons, the chairman of the organizing committee of the festival, Muazzu Mohammed Galadima Yauri, and secretary to the government of Kebbi State, explained that the cancellation would enable the committee to undertake critical structural works for the continuous success of the festival. Regatta is a Gunchanji, pronounced Gunchanji word for of the Gungawa people of Yauri, meaning marine war. The festival also doubles as an agricultural event for the Gungawa people who have lived on the islands and along the banks of the River Niger for more than 500 years. In other news, illicit drug dealers will go the extra mile to push their illegal business. This time, a Brazil-based Nigerian businessman was intercepted by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, for concealing parcels of cocaine in his private parts and in the soles of his footwear. Sawa Khalil Ibrahim reports.
The 47-year-old suspect, a resident of Sao Paulo, has been operating a toy business for about 9 years. He was arrested on arrival from Brazil. Following processed intelligence, he was taken for a full-body scan, which confirmed illicit drug concealment in his private area and in the soles of his shoes. In total, 3 large racks of cocaine weighing 1.60 kilograms were recovered from his body and footwear. During a preliminary interview, the suspect revealed that he purchased the illicit drug consignment in Brazil, intending to sell the cocaine in Nigeria to raise capital for his business and finance his newborn child's naming ceremony. At the Tinkan port in Lagos, a total of 55 jumbo bags of Canadian loud, a strong strain of cannabis imported from Montreal, Canada, were discovered during a joint examination of the shipment by NDLEA officers, customs and other security agencies. The illicit consignment were hidden inside 2 vehicles. In Niger State, NDLEA operatives acting on credible intelligence intercepted a long truck along the Dede Abuja Expressway, arresting 3 people for conveying 176 bags of skunk concealed in the truck. In another interdiction operation, NDLEA officers in Edo State arrested a suspect along the Auchi Abuja Express Road while he was looking for a vehicle to convey 66 bags of skunk concealed in bags of charcoal to Katsina State. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
All right, Ibadan Network Center is our next port of call, and Kendi Omolosho is our guide. Hello, Kendi.
Good evening, Dennis, and welcome to Ibadan. Constituents in Egbeda Onara Federal Constituency in Oyo State have commended their representative at the House of Representatives, Akin Alabi, for extending financial empowerment grants to residents. This was during the lawmakers' financial empowerment program, an inspection of road project, which attracted party leaders and other stakeholders. Wasiu Rauf has details.
About 500 beneficiaries drawn from various wards across the Egbeda Onara Federal Constituency have received a sum of 100,000 naira each to support their businesses and means of livelihood.
On behalf of all the beneficiaries, so we are so glad to receive the grant.
The lawmaker assured that he remains committed to the development of his constituency, noting that the financial empowerment program will be sustained.
We've been doing a lot of projects around the Kaduna Federal Constituency, but we feel that apart from the project we're doing for the community, it's important to empower people individually.
If you look around, you see that our people are so happy, they are so delighted that they are getting things from their lawmaker from Abuja.
In another development, the lawmaker is also chairman House Committee on Works, inspected the ongoing reconstruction of the Ibadan-Ilesha Expressway to assess the level of work done so far.
While they are walking from Ilesha down to Ife, they will be walking from here. But asphalt will be laid next week, right? Starting Monday. Yeah. Asphalt will be laid next week. And after that, concrete will come after.
The Ilesha-Ife-Ibadan Expressway was recently re-awarded for accelerated reconstruction with concrete pavement work expected to be completed within the stipulated timeline. In Ibadan, Wasil Rauf, NTA News.
Chairman, Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, Oyo State Council, Akim Abbas, has stated that artificial intelligence is a strategic tool that journalists must learn to master to stay relevant and effective in their roles. He made this assertion at a two-day capacity building program for journalists themed Empowering Journalists with Artificial Intelligence for Ethical, Innovative and Future-Ready Journalism. Lukman Hassan has details.
Chairman of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ Oyo State Council, Akim Abbas, said artificial intelligence is central to information control and modern governance, warning that journalists must not be left behind in understanding and deploying the technology.
We have to move the way technology is moving. We have to improve ourselves. We have to learn, and so that we blend and make good use of those tools.
In his lecture, Dr. Shea Yakobi stressed the importance of artificial intelligence as a tool for enhancing journalistic efficiency, accuracy, and ethical reporting.
One of the ways AI can be used to impact positively journalism in the country is to know how to use AI to verify accurate information.
Oyo State Commissioner for Information said the strategic deployment of science and data in governance has helped the state block revenue leakages, minimize fraud.
Oyo State has latched on the potentials of AI, artificial intelligence, right from the inception of this administration.
Participants sum up their key takeaways from the training.
The creativity in artificial intelligence is to actually bring about an innovation that can advance the entire world, including journalism.
You must be able to verify very well, do other researches to be sure that the information that has been given to you is the up-to-date and accurate one.
Organizers described the training as strategic and urgent. Lukman Hassan, NTA News.
Those are the reports from Ibadan. Nationwide continues with Dennis in Abuja after the break.
Ready. Join us on Reshaping Democracy, a groundbreaking program on the network service of the NTA, where citizens get the chance to ask ministers, heads of ministerial departments, agencies, and other top government officials questions on their performance and delivery of mandates. With no sector of limits, conversations build around bridging communication gaps for feedback and effect as our guests engage with the people they serve.
How does ND foster partnerships with organizations, government agencies, NGOs, among others?
As our leaders give account to citizens' inquiries on good governance, tune in to Reshaping Democracy, a creative concept coming up every Tuesday evening at 10:05 p.m.
This is Reshaping Democracy.
You have no better friend and partner than Nigeria. Let this unveiling today be a call to conscience. Let our practitioners hold the line of truth. To the media, please inform with integrity and with a deep sense of patriotism. To our public officers, communicate with transparency. To citizens, please let us speak with empathy. Let us come together to become the voice of responsibility, the voice of the world that heals division, that inspires hope, and drives development.
Let's believe in ourselves. Let's have the right attitude. We've got all it takes to get there. Let's look inwards and revive all our infrastructures and galvanize our human and material resources. Nigerians, believe in yourselves. Believe we can succeed. Nigeria, believe. Powered by National Orientation Agency.
Thanks for rejoining us in Abuja. 8 inmates of the Medium Security Custodial Center, Kaduna, have graduated from the National Open University of Nigeria. In a statement, the Command's Public Relations Officer of the Nigeria Correctional Service in Kaduna State, Zaki Emmanuel Mahmoud, says the graduates comprise 7 undergraduate degree holders and 1 inmate who earned a master's degree. The graduation ceremony was held at the Custodial Center with the Vice Chancellor of the National Open University of Nigeria, Olufemi Peters, represented by a senior official, commending the inmates for their resilience and commitment to education. Representing the Controller General of Corrections, Sylvester Nwakuche, the Commandant of the Correctional Service, Staff College, Kaduna, said the achievements align with the Nigerian Correctional Service Act on Reformation, Rehabilitation and Reintegration. The Kaduna State Command has reaffirmed its commitment to expanding educational opportunities for inmates as part of efforts to prepare them for productive reintegration into society. On to agriculture now. Cooperative farmers in Cross River State are extolling the efforts of the Renewed Hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu in the implementation of numerous economic reforms to stimulate productive capacity, create jobs, and reduce the cost of living to attain food security in Nigeria. This was during the flag-off distribution of agro inputs to smallholder farmers in Cross Rivers and 6 other states in Nigeria by the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, who was represented at the event. Paul Abel reports.
In a bid to transforming the agriculture sector through making food security a top priority by reducing the food crisis in Nigeria, this facilitation and distribution of agri-inputs and basic farm machinery to small-scale farmers in a transparent and accountable process to ensure these essential inputs are made available and accessible to them is a testament to that effect.
Farmers must produce and produce sufficiently for the teeming population of this country.
We are really happy to receive this input from the federal government to complement what the state government is also doing.
I thank the president of this country, His Excellency President Tinubu for his kind gesture.
I've tried my best to see how I can get one of these machineries, but I couldn't. To God be the glory that today I am called upon to get them.
The agro inputs and basic farm machinery distributed to farmers include power tillers, herbicides, liquid fertilizers, knapsack sprayers, and water pumps, among others. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development, has delivered a consignment of trans-border animal disease vaccines to the Kebbi State Ministry of Livestock Development and Fisheries under the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project. The intervention is part of the federal government's strategic efforts to strengthen livestock health, boost productivity, and enhance national food security. Uzman Abdullahi Shehu reports.
A key border region with extensive livestock activities faces ongoing risks from transboundary animal diseases that threaten livestock productivity, farmers' income, and local food supply. The vaccination exercise delivered under the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project is expected to prevent diseases outbreak.
We brought 120,000 doses of the CBPP vaccines, 150,000 doses of the Newcastle vaccines, and 3,000 doses of the FMD, that's foot and mouth diseases vaccine.
The Kebbi State government appreciates the intervention.
We say thank you to Federal Ministry of Livestock for providing us with such numerous vaccines to support our livestock.
The initiative is part of the federal reforms to modernize livestock farming, create jobs, and strengthen Nigeria's food security. In Birnin Kebbi, Usman Abdullahi Shehu, NTA News.
Away from agriculture, the Transmission Company of Nigeria is building 5 robust substations in Abuja to improve power supply and ensure stability and reliability in the FCT. Joshua Ojito reports that 2 out of the 5 substations have been completed, with the remaining 3 nearing completion.
Abuja, the nation's capital, is expanding, and the demand for electricity is on the increase. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, is rising to the challenge with the construction of 5 additional substations in Gwarimpa, New Apo, Wumba, Kuje, and Lugbe to increase bulk power available for onward distribution in the city. The Gwarimpa substation is completed and inaugurated, but underutilized by the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, AEDC. Kuje substation is ready, while the remaining 3 are nearing completion.
So what we are doing now is to meet up with the local demand of Abuja Municipal. Where we are now, we have 3 by 60 MVA, and we have additional bulk power, 2 by 150 MVA. Those are the capacity we are expecting to evacuate. But nevertheless, you should know that development is not up to what we are planning for. So they might not fully take those power now.
The interventions under the Abuja Ring project, TCN says, are part of its ongoing efforts to boost wheeling capacity through network expansion. Joshua Ojito, NTA News.
Muslim scholars have re-echoed the strategic place of Zakat and Waqf as living institutions meant to restore dignity and support livelihoods and build sustainable futures. This was at the 5th National Zakat and Waqf Day and the 15th Public Zakat Disbursements by the Al-Habibiyya Islamic Society in Abuja. Tokbe Alabi reports.
These ambience keep resonating at the just concluded World Hijab Day celebrated in Abuja. Beyond marking the World Hijab Day, it was a platform that sought to encourage females to embrace hijab not only as a symbol of identity, but also as a protection of womanhood. Participants are pushing for understanding and respect for hijab as a strong identity for Muslim women.
Like I said, is a conviction. It has to come from within.
Your visibility, your exposure does not stop you from worshiping.
My call to all women is to adhere to that command of Allah.
Prayers is being accepted, allowed, and then fasting and so on. Then why can't we be allowed to wear our hijab?
A lecture titled "The Hijab, a Sign of Sisterhood and Unity," reminded Muslim women that hijab creates an instant bond among them. This perception of hijab is what resonates with Mariam Aboki, who was privileged to attend this year's celebration.
Extremely wonderful wearing hijab because I feel like, I can't say I'm odd one out, but I feel more safe and protected. With
consensus among participants of this year's World Hijab Day is that Muslim women should feel encouraged and safe to adhere to the Islamic mode of dressing using hijab and ignore stereotypes. Yahana Sahasambaro, NTA News.
Well, apologies for the slight mix-up. That was clearly the reports on World Hijab Day. Let's now get Tokwe Alabi's reports on the Al-Habibiyya Muslim scholars, reoccurring the strategic place of Zakat and Waqf.
The National Zakat Day, held on every second Saturday of Shaban, a month preceding Ramadan, is to educate the Ummah on the payment, collection and distribution of Zakat and Waqf, and has gained prominence by the Association of Zakat Operators in Nigeria. In the last 3 years, Al-Habibiyya has mobilized and disbursed over 125.5 million Zakat and 166.5 million Sadaqah, including items to support businesses while sustaining ongoing scholarships impacting on more than 80,000 people in the process.
Beyond yearly disbursement, we invite and appeal to all of us to join us by endowing your property and wealth and see them work for you. We do not simply distribute funds, we build systems.
We believe if the institution of the Zakat is well established and enforced to Muslims, or at least it will go a long way in solving a lot of problems.
If all Islamic organizations impact the society this way, we will not be where we are. So I want to congratulate Al-Habibiyya.
This year, Al-Habibiyya is raising 1 billion naira Waqf fund to build sustainable development in a structured way to make it a model for generality of people and generations to come.
One thing with Waqf is that it continues to regenerate. If, for example, you have 1 million Muslims who have 1 million naira based on silver, and they serve, paying 25,000, that's already, 25 billion annually on Zakat alone.
This is an opportunity for the tax authorities that are represented here to give adequate information and explanation.
The new tax law has specifically exempted, some of the income or contributions they do receive. So there won't be any taxes that will be coming their way, provided this income that they have are not from commercial activities.
I'm very impressed. In fact, this is my first time being in a mosque, and being a Christian, I was surprised I was invited to come and speak today on this. So it has inspired me.
While Al-Habibiyya is partnering others in Zakat distribution to alleviate poverty, this National Day is also promoting Waqf as a strategic Islamic charitable endowment to address socio-economic issues. In Abuja, Tope Alabi, NTA News.
The federal government has received positive feedback for its focus on driving sustainable road infrastructure developments across all geopolitical zones. Uzman Zubiru reports that the latest of such commendations came from the national media team during the inspection and commissioning of emergency intervention road projects in Niger State.
Tour which cut across geopolitical zones aims to evaluate ongoing federal road projects. It also highlights achievements under the Renewable Infrastructure Development Plan. This time, the team was in Niger State to monitor federal government intervention in the state. One such intervention is the ongoing construction of the Bida Lemu Wushishu Zingiro Road project phase 1. This road has been a death trap for motorists. This road corridor links several farming communities. It will boost economic prosperity if completed. The 29.5 kilometer single carriageway, considered rigid concrete shoulder pavement, is progressing steadily. Part of the tour include commissioning of emergency repairs to a failed bus culvert along Gwada-Shiroro Road and the rehabilitation of Gwada-Shiroro Road Section 1.
Actually, this project, it will reduce a lot of accidents that happen along this road, and also it will increase more economical activities. But with the intervention of the government that extended the project, you can see we can now use the road freely.
Members of the media tour team explained that the initiative is designed to help Nigerians through the media assess federal government intervention in the road sector. Usman Zubairu, NTA News.
Carlos Alcaraz becomes the youngest ever career Grand Slam winner after his victory at the Australian Open and claiming his 7th major title. Details on Sports Updates with Suleiman Musa.
In just some minutes from now, Rivers United go head-to-head with Power Dynamos in their CAF Champions League Match Day 4 encounter. Both sides met just a week ago, playing out a goalless draw in their reverse fixture, drawn in Group A alongside Egyptian giants Pyramid FC and RS Berkane. Rivers United will be targeting their first victory of the campaign on home soil, having managed just 1 point from their opening 3 matches in the continental competition. The Port Harcourt-based club are also making history as the first Nigerian team to reach the CAF Champions League group stage in over a decade. Still on football, top scorer of the Nigerian Premier Football League last season, Anas Yusuf, has completed a move from Nasarawa United to Algerian League One side, JS Saoura. JS Saoura confirmed the signing of the 22-year-old forward, who has been one of the most consistent performers in the Nigerian league. Anas Yusuf finished last season as the MPFL's leading marksman with 18 goals, a feat that earned him a call-up to the Chan Eagles. In the ongoing campaign, he has already netted 7 goals for the Solid Miners. JS Saoura ended last season 4th in the 16-team Algerian League One and currently sits 10th on the table with 22 points from 16 matches. And finally, Carlos Alcaraz won a pulsating Australian Open final to become the youngest man ever to complete a career Grand Slam, ending Novak Djokovic's latest attempt to land a 25th major title in the process. 22-year-old Alcaraz immediately collapsed to the court in celebration after clinching a 2-6, 6-2, 6-3, 7-5 victory in Melbourne. Despite his disappointment, Djokovic showed his sportsmanship by clambering over the net to warmly hug Alcaraz on creating a slice of history. Spanish world number 1 Alcaraz struggled in the opening exchanges as 28-year-old Djokovic used his experience to dominate his younger opponents. With Sports Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
And Sports Updates concludes nationwide. Thank you for watching. I am Dennis Adegunloye.